We're almost through the week, and U.S. unemployment claims came out this morning a little higher than expected at 245,000. Later on today, the Bank of Canada's governor, Tiff Macklem, is speaking, so be on the lookout for that. Yesterday, we had two CPI results come out. First was the UK, and their inflation rate was forecasted to drop under 10%, but failed to do so, dropping down to just 10.1%. This caused the pound to spike towards the upside because the Bank of England will likely be hawkish in the long term as they look to lower inflation. Last night, New Zealand's CPI report was released. New Zealand's inflation rate was forecasted to rise by 0.1%, but instead dropped down to 1.2% for quarter one. The New Zealand dollar fell hard on this initial release, but has worked since then to regain some of that momentum. Tomorrow is our big PMI report day, so be sure to come back tomorrow morning to watch us cover the news release live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time here on the A1 Trading YouTube channel. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and check out the market heat map. We can see how all of our assets are trending so far today. Here in the market heat map, we can see what percentage either up or down all of these different currency pairs, indices, commodities, all the different things that we track in the EdgeFinder. We can see how they're trending throughout the day and what percentage up or down they are. So over here in the top left-hand corner, this is our biggest mover to the upside so far today, and it's Aussie NZD up 0.79%, followed by Aussie CAD and Euro NZD, gold, Aussie USD, and the GBP NZD. So taking a look at this top row, I noticed two things right off the bat, and the first is the Australian dollar crosses. We are buying the Australian dollar today, apparently, with three of these Australian dollar crosses up in our biggest movers to the upside, Aussie NZD, Aussie CAD, and Aussie USD. The other thing I noticed is the New Zealand dollar seems to be selling off today. We also have three New Zealand dollar crosses here, but in the inverse way, we have Aussie NZD right here, Euro NZD, and Pound NZD right there. Taking a look at our biggest movers to the downside, I see NZD CHF, CAD CHF, NZD JPY, and USD CHF. So I'm noticing those New Zealand dollar crosses selling off here again, and people going short against the Swiss franc apparently. But let's go ahead and check out the watch list. We can take a look at all of our buy and sell biases, but we actually have a kind of an interesting looking list today. We have just 3 sells. We have a huge list of buys, but just 3 sells and no strong biases either way. We don't have any strong buys and no strong sells today, at least so far today. If I remove these indices and commodities to shorten up this list just a little bit more, we can focus on our currency pairs only, and there we go. We still have those 3 sells right here and a little bit of a shorter list of buys. And take a look at this. We have the yen cross. Yen cross, any way that you can imagine it, is listed as a buy right now, currently in the EdgeFinder. So the yen must be selling off somewhat dramatically. Did you know that you can get 40% off the EdgeFinder right now? Our advanced market scanning software, the EdgeFinder, was first released 1 year ago in April. So to celebrate, we're doing an anniversary sale. Over the past 12 months, we've helped traders all over the world sharpen their skills and find better trades using the market scanner. This is the best time ever to get the EdgeFinder for yourself at this massive 40% discount. Day trader, EdgeFinder. Swing trader, EdgeFinder. Fundamental or a technical trader, it all comes together in the EdgeFinder. So don't wait, because this sale won't last forever. Be sure to take advantage of this 40% off discount at checkout when you use promo code A1YT. Happy trading, everyone. But I think what I want to take a look at today is NZD USD based on that CPI report that we had last night. So New Zealand's inflation rate report came out last night, and it was not what they were expecting at all, actually. What am I doing? NZD USD up here, major currency pairs. There we go. So yeah, not what people were expecting at all. It was forecasted to rise up to 1.5%, but instead it dropped down to 1.2%, and that caused a crazy spike to the downside on NZD USD initially, but it has worked back up to almost reaching those highs before the news event. So we will see if it hits resistance and continues to move downwards, or if it breaks through that resistance. But currently NZD USD listed as a -5 score, sell bias here. COT data is a score of -1, and retail sentiment is a score of -1 as well. Looking at that information right over here, we can see that currently institutional traders or smart money traders are favored long on the US dollar, 67% here, and they're slightly favored short on the New Zealand dollar, but just 57% there. We don't consider it to be scored one way or the other until it crosses over 60%. That way it's clear and obvious which direction the favoritism is, and because this isn't quite across 60% yet, we haven't scored it with a -2 score, just the -1 score, although it's clear that they are slightly favored short on the New Zealand dollar at the moment. Retail sentiment, on the other hand, the day shows that the day traders are currently favored on the long side of NZD USD. 70% of them favored long, just 30% favored on the short side. Seasonality is a score of -1, and we can see that in the month of April, historically speaking, if you were to isolate the month of April over the last 10 years and saw how NZD USD was trending, you would notice that it trends just a little bit bullishly throughout the month of April. Our trend reading, I know it doesn't say that we have a score here, but by adding this up and knowing that it's a score of -5, plus just kind of looking at this trend right here, I know that this is a -2 score because, well, just look at how NZD USD has been trending. It's already been trending towards the downside, and then based off of that crazy CPI news that we had last night, it's just continued to drop even more. This is a daily chart view, so you can't see the little bit of momentum that it's gained back over the past couple of hours since the CPI result, but is still so far down off of that CPI release. We can finish up with our fundamentals. GDP growth and inflation are both scores of -1, while unemployment and interest rates are both scores of +1. GDP growth in New Zealand is currently -0.6%, and GDP growth in the US 2.6%. Inflation 6.7% compared to 5%. Unemployment in New Zealand 3.4% compared to 3.5% here in the US. And lastly, interest rates on the New Zealand dollar 5.25% compared to just 5% on the US dollar.
So guys, we've got about 1 minute, and we will be going over some charts like gold here today. I will definitely be covering the S&P 500. I'm looking for an entry myself. So we'll be discussing these things here in detail today. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to set up my charts here for the news event, and then we will get started because, again, we have about 1 minute to go here. So let me go ahead and get my charts set up. So we've got let's do this. Let's put the dollar top left, keep the S&P in the bottom left. We're going to put gold in the top right. And then let's put the euro in the bottom right. All right, guys. And again, we are watching today for unemployment claims, going to be telling about the jobs market here, the labor market in the United States, which will have heavy impact on the Federal Reserve's potential forward-looking meetings. So again, gold selling off prior to it. The dollar strong this morning. Going to be very interested to see how this plays out. And here we go. Breaking news, guys. We've got the numbers coming in as we speak. Let's see what we get in terms of volatility, if anything. Here's the dollar. S&P not moving too much. Gold popped a little bit there. Dollar selling just a bit. Euro up. S&P up slightly. Gold making a move here this morning, guys. Dollar down here. S&P. And let's see what those job numbers are looking like here this morning. Pending. Interesting. I've never seen this. This must be an update on FOREX Factory. Very cool. Let us know, guys, if you do have the numbers before I do. Please feel free to share them in the chat. And look at that. Look at that. Unemployment filing higher than expected slightly. That's very, very interesting. Not a huge change, but I will say this. I think this takes a little bit out of a little wind out of the sail for the dollar bullish case. Why? Because again, thank you everyone for sharing the chat. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you for Daniel. Everybody in the chat, thank you for that. Yeah, gonna be interesting to watch that. By the way, Ivan, if you want to come on the show, You're welcome to. We are chilling out. We're hanging out. And if you want to come comment, you're more than welcome to. Look at this, guys. Gold up above 2,000. Just chat with Chandler, by the way, if you do want to come on, as I'm not always attentive to the chat. I'm do my best, but it's difficult. You know this. Look at that dollar coming down pretty hard. Again, rejecting this level here that we were talking about just moments before the news event. I am actually taking a look here at the S&P a little closer. Let me see if I can find something there. SPY. Sorry, SPX 500. A little bit of a ping pong move there. So I'm watching the S&P myself for possible entries. I do want to get long again. I took a stab long on the S&P. Saw the market move in my favor, but ultimately stopped me out. So I am waiting to see what we can get there in terms of a pullback. If we get a little deeper, I'd like this. I really like the idea of getting long off of this level. You saw huge demand come into this market off these levels, and I think with earnings season upon us right now, we had a strong start. I think that we could have a strong finish. And within that strong finish or projections for that, the S&P, in my opinion, still looks like it's got momentum to the upside. Fundamentalists on that sort of stuff, little conflicting right now. You have a lot of market analysts sort of bearish on the stock market. Some are bullish on the stock market, but it seems the more popular opinion right now, at least on news and television right now, seems to be a little bit more on the bearish camp when it comes to the S&P. But as it pulls back here, I become more interested. I wasn't buying it up in these areas, but I'm very interested if we do get pullbacks at possible buys during this earnings season.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free EdgeFinder, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.